What is treasure? To some, it's a precious memory. To others, it's finding that last piece of chocolate in the back of the fridge. But to Smaug, treasure is gold. And to stop him from stealing all of my precious gold, we'll be making him his very own pile of treasure. So, let's get started. This is the pile of treasure that we'll be making in today's tutorial. These are the tools that you'll require. Some polymer clay. I've got scrap clay. I also have some glass shards, some Swarovski crystals. I also have a nice range of crystals, jewelry components, some larger Swarovski crystals, and some cute little keys to add to the treasure pile. I have my trusty circle cutters, a little MDF circle board, and of course the shimmery mica powders by Pearl X. I've got my trusty high gloss varnish and some bacon bond by Sculpey. You'll also want some tools. I've got my usual ones here, and I also have this unusual handmade tool. I've stuck a plastic button on the end with a dinosaur face on it to imprint my coins. Okay, you want to start with your scrap base and your MDF board. I've got my bacon bond here. I use that on the wood just so that the clay will stick when we bake it in the oven. Okay, once you're happy with the base, roll out some gold. I just do it on a thin setting of 3 in my pasta machine and firmly press it into your base. Make sure there's no pockets of air left in the clay. When you're happy with that, just flip it over and make sure that you push the edges around the outside of your base. You want them nice and firm. Now you can go around with your tissue blade and cut off the excess so that your base sits flat. There we go, all nice and tidy. Okay, the next step is to do our gold and silver coins on the base. You'll want your gold and silver clay. You'll also want your black cutter. This is for the coins. And I've got my plastic button stamp here with a dino head on it so that we can imprint on the coins. You don't have to do this, but it gives it a bit more interest to the eye. Let's get started. So roll out your gold clay. I just did size 3 again, and the silver clay too. Grab your cutter and start making your coins. Now that's done, just peel away the excess. Now grab that stamp and firmly just go over each of the coins and pressing it in there. You can use anything you want for this. I just chose this because it had the dinosaur. If you're wondering what's on the other end, it's my custom stamp from metalclays.com. Okay, now you want to start applying all your coins to the base. Starting to look pretty good. Keep the leftovers, you'll want to add them later. Okay, now we're going to add all the fun details like our crystals. Grab your bacon bond and squeeze out a bit onto your mat. Now, I have to keep in mind that Smaug is sitting in the middle, so we're going to decorate around the outside. I'm starting with the quartz crystals. Just lightly dab them into your bacon bond and start decorating your little display. Now we'll be doing the Swarovski crystals. I got a few colours just to add interest. Alright, all the details are added and it's looking really good. So now we want to add a bit more bling with the crushed glass. Okay, done. Now with the leftover coins, just fill in the places you might have smushed or the areas you might have missed with coins before. Now you want to flip it over, grab your tissue blade and just tidy up anything that came out underneath. Alright, let's clean up. Now for the fun part. We're going to be adding our mica powders. This is where it'll really change. I'm going to start with the silver, just because there's fewer silver coins on the base. That way when we apply the gold won't go over the silver as well. I just use any ordinary brush for this. Make sure to dab off the excess mica powder because it can get quite messy. There we go. The silver is done. You can really see the difference. Alright, make sure you put the lid on and put that to the side. You do not want to knock it over. Next we'll do the gold. I always give it a good tap just to make sure the powder is at the bottom of the jar before I open it. Alright, let's get started. Just a few final touch-ups here and there. And wow, does it look shiny. I think Smaug is going to be pretty damn happy about this. I seem to be missing something. I think someone's getting a little bit impatient. Alright, since Smaug keeps stealing my earrings, we'd better make him a crown. I'll start with a little piece of gold clay. Just smooth it out at size 1. Lay it flat on your board and grab your tissue blade. This makes it easy to cut a long strip. I better do this right. Smaug is watching me. I just use a cutter. You can use anything. We're just using it to put the crown around the bottom and get the shape. Gently slide it off. You don't want to distort your shape. Next, I'll be rolling out a piece for the bottom of the crown. Alright, looking good. Now pop it back onto your shape. And I just use a circle cutter to go around and give the crown some indentations. Alright, gently slide it off again. Alright, next we'll just want to add little circles on top of the crests, just for extra detail. Grab your bacon bond. This will make those smaller bits a little bit more stronger when it's all baked. Dip it in the bacon bond and just lightly apply it to the crests of the detail of the crown. I'm just going to do one more final touch and add some little circular indentations around the outside, just for added detail. It's looking pretty good. Now let's make it nice and shiny and use the mica powder once more. I'm using a different gold this time so it stands out from our display base. Voila! Smaug's crown is all done. Hopefully you won't steal my earrings anymore. Now let's get this ready to bake. You'll need your paper, and I use my ceramic tile. And pop it in the oven at 130 degrees Celsius or 275 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's go.
Here, I'll do you a trade. Our treasure pile is almost done in the oven, but I can't seem to find Smaug anywhere. Oh well, let's go check on our treasure.
Surprise! I will not part with one single piece.
Someone obviously couldn't wait. Hey, my earring! Finally got my earring back, and Smaug's settled into his new home. Let's go take a look. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you learned something new this week. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that bell, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!